I'm Rissa. This is Tea and Smoke. Welcome to the June Collective Tea Leaf Reading. My first impression of the cup this month is that things are going to feel really fast during the month of June. And even though it looks initially like the emotional side of the cup has a lot of open space, my overall impression is that you're going to be really focused on relationships this month. Starting under the handle, it represents where you are right now and how you're showing up as yourself in life. The very first thing I see are two figures interacting, two people talking. It almost makes the shape of a heart. If you were already in some kind of a partnership or love relationship, it could be that that is the thing in the front of your mind right now. And for better or worse, you feel like this relationship is a thing that brings stability into your life. Sitting right next to that is a small house representing your home. Your home, your stability, the things that are going on right now in your life are things that are making you think about this primary relationship. It could definitely be a partnership, but it could also be a family relationship as well. Moving downward from there, there's a 2 with an upside down question mark on it. This partnership has led you to some questions. There could be things that you're sort of trying to figure out, some challenges. I advise you to really just take it slow. There could be pieces of your past showing up again. Self-doubt, lingering old stuff that you really haven't solved yet. And it's going to be affecting how you're seeing your partnerships now. You know, there's also, interestingly, a third party shooting an arrow up towards the initial couple. It makes me wonder if within a certain partnership in your life, and this may be a personal or business relationship, there could be some third party, some other person who is kind of interfering where you maybe don't need them. You know, this also looks like it could be a Cupid. Maybe if you are on the side of looking for a new relationship, especially a romantic partnership, perhaps Cupid's arrow will strike in June. There's more about that coming up. Let's go back for a second. The last symbol underneath that large foundational rectangle is absolutely a dinosaur next to the number 2. When you're thinking about any partnerships, one of the things that you could do during the month of June, which I promise you is going to be a lot about collaborating, partnering, working with other people, both at home and in work, take a moment and really figure out what you have learned from your past relationships. Maybe the valuable lesson is that you have learned what you don't want. If you have learned what you don't want in a colleague, what you don't want in a boss, what you don't want in a friend, what you don't want in a partner, that is a great place to begin. Start there. Move forward, knowing that there are other people out there just like you that are looking for someone just as fantastic as you to work with, collaborate with, etc. I'm going to move into the emotional side of the cup. It governs your family, friends, relationships, partners, and perhaps moving into that, the biggest thing I'm going to note is that you do have space in your life. If this is your reading, you do have open space in your life where you can allow new people to join you. This doesn't have to be a new romantic partner. This could in fact be a new friend, a new neighbor, a new pet even. There is a gap in the beginning of this cup. There is a space for you to add more love into your world, however that looks for you. The first shape showing up within this large blockage that almost wraps the entire cup. The first thing I see are waves. You're definitely going to be in the feels in the first part of June. You're going to be closer to your emotions. You're going to be examining your emotions, and you're going to be taking yourself a little bit more seriously. In fact, there is a feeling of hesitation that you are kind of holding back on new people coming into your life because you feel like you're too busy, or you already have enough people in your world, or maybe you just don't think you like being around people. All of that said, there's that hesitation, there's this crushing emotion, and then the very next symbol showing up are two people talking. This doesn't feel like a negative exchange. This feels very sweet. This feels very much like getting to know someone that you absolutely can't wait to get to know better. There's a heart floating right above it. So however this makes sense for you, whether you are indeed looking for a new romantic partner or a new friend, this feels like a positive exchange. I think when you decide at last to give someone a shot, whether you're looking for a romantic partner or a new friend, or you just decide to ask a new neighbor if they want to get some coffee, it's going to go well. It's important to note that hidden within this really dense blockage, there's a huge triangle. You could kind of see it in the drawing. I was so excited to see it there. Often within blockage, there's just density. There's just all of this like heaviness. That's not the case here. Here we've got a lot of excitement around this new opportunity that's showing up in your life. And like I said, if you are already happily attached, I don't necessarily feel that it has to be a new romantic partner. Just because it's someone that you're going to love doesn't mean it's a lover. It can be a friend, it could be a cat, it could be a dog, it could be, like I said, your new neighbor or the person who's sitting at the desk next to you at work. All of these things are on the table, and whoever it is, they're going to be a great match. Give them a shot. Give them a try. Underneath the big triangle, there's a hammer. All relationships require some work. So remember that as you go forward, you do have to put the effort in if you hope to get something out of it. Just above all that, there's a triangle forming, but a human form kind of slumped against it. Someone who's really tired and they aren't sure about going forward with any new opportunities because they're just wrung out from life, from people, from circumstance. I feel you. I do. We've all been there. We've all had these moments where we think, I see this opportunity and it looks really good, but I just really want to go home and go to bed at 7 o'clock. And you know what? If that's where you are, go ahead and do that. Give yourself some grace. But realize that all opportunities come with a shelf life. So don't let the past and things that have weighed you down before get in the way of what's in front of you now. The very next symbol is a person trying to hold on to something that's literally slipping through their fingers. It is a reminder to just go get it. If there's something wonderful in front of you and it's being offered, don't hesitate to take it. This gift is for you. So, what is lurking in the shadows? What is lurking in all of this blockage that we see in this cup? Well, right here, I can tell you there's a big old bull's skull, and next to it, a house. So unless you are literally a Taurus person and you are getting stuck in your Taurus stubbornness, I'm gonna say, is that fair? So unless you're a Taurus person and this resonates for you in that way, don't get stuck in stubbornness. So this is the way things should always be. Absolutely not. It doesn't have to. You can change. Circumstance can change. People can change. I'm not saying this is an invitation for toxic people to come back to your life from the past. In fact, I would say this is the exact opposite of that. When you're thinking about your home and you are thinking about your past, this is the invitation to consider where you have been stuck and where you can move forward more successfully. Just above the bull, another triangle is forming, and just past that, yet another triangle is forming. There's so many good relationship situations and opportunities coming at you in June. I feel like you would have to literally hide in a cave to miss them all. So as we get to the back of the cup, the last symbol showing up here is a stag. This last opportunity coming in is yet another super good one. The stag is brave and bold, and this person, whoever they may be, possibly showing up in a masculine identity, they're going to be a good, stellar human being with a lot of integrity. So if that is the kind of person you want in your life, go get it. It's here for you now. Moving into the back column of the cup, it's the future you're anticipating. Really, very little is showing up here. You're expecting to be busy, and I think that you are going to be busy. In fact, you're going to have to make time for the things that you really want to do and that matter to you, because you're going to be busy with a lot of stuff in the month of June. The very first symbol is a person working at a desk. Here you are, burning the midnight oil, trying to get your work done so that you can go out with all these incredible new people that you're meeting. Just under that, a face is watching. It kind of reminded me of a jack-o'-lantern. So, if you're a person like me that loves Halloween and jack-o'-lanterns, maybe this is a shout out for you specifically. As a general symbol though, this kind of tells me that you are willing to go through it all to shine brightly in the dark, and good on you. You deserve this. Starting up on the other side of the cup, this is your material world. It's going to be about job, education, money, home, stuff, the physical things that make up your life. So the same blockage that we saw on the other side of the cup does continue on this side, but the only true break in it happens here. Let's take a closer look. The first thing I noticed when I was telling you about the column under the handle, and I said there were two creatures that were kind of like in a heart, what is interesting is that one of them is attached to a blockage that is on the material side. This blockage is big, it's dense, it actually had thickness to it. So it came almost a centimeter out from the side of the cup. I anticipate that whether you are involved in work or education, and even if you're like, Rissa, school's out over the summer, it doesn't matter. You're going to be really, really busy with something in the physical world in the beginning of June. I would say it's going to feel quite weighty and like you are at it all the time. This could be to do with your house, your job, your car, something. Something is going to keep you really tied up the first week or two of June as you're going through this. It might even feel like it's taking you away from all of these amazing relationship opportunities, including potential romance that you might find. Have faith. Go through. Underneath of that, there is a person at a desk and their hard work is leading to more opportunities. Because, you know, no matter how awesome your relationships are, you still need that roof over your head. So you do need this other opportunity to come along as well. There is a turtle at the back of all of this. It does feel a little bit slow. It feels like the time you're spending at work or working on your home or whatever else is going on, you're going to think it just crawls by because you really have other things during June that you want to devote your attention to. 2 moon phases are showing up, creating time markers on this side of the cup for you. First, right around June 11th, marking the end of the blockage period, we have the waxing crescent. I like to call this the Cheshire Cat phase. So when you look up in the sky around June 11th, realize that really driven time where you're going to be devoting all of your attention to your work is going to end. You're going to have a little break, a gap of space, if you will. The next moon phase showing up is the waning crescent. That's going to be happening around the very beginning of July. So look for it around July 1st or 2nd. The waning crescent marks the end of that period where you kind of get to take it easy, where it's a little slow. Things are going to pick up again in the beginning of July. That's how these 2 moons are showing up on the material side of your cup. So when that break happens, take advantage of it. In the cup, what's happening in that open space? A new opportunity for stability is kind of showing up here. It's very faint. It's very small, but keep an eye out. You won't have to work quite so hard for this. Maybe because your hard work will have already paid off. Once again, look for partnerships, partnerships, partnerships. There was a lot of repeating 2s here. I feel as though when it comes to your material life, there are going to be a lot of opportunities to collaborate. This could happen at work. It could be a creative project. It could be a class. It could even be something as simple as a carpooling situation. But keep your eye out. It's definitely favored in the month of June. As we get past that time, I see you moving very quickly forward. There's a person here riding a large bird. They are going forward, and right underneath of them is a person starting a new path. They're right at the beginning and going into a new phase that's definitely a place they have not been before. These changes might feel heavy initially. There's not a lot that shows up beyond this blockage, and I'm going to tell you right now that I only see 2 other symbols on this side of the cup. One is a person at the very end climbing out and overcoming the blockage, and the other is a sailboat. So unless that resonates for you personally, that you're going to go sailing or you are taking a trip to the ocean, it might be a call to have some adventure and enjoy yourself a little bit within all of this hard work you're going to be doing as you start your next endeavor. At the bottom of the cup, the future beyond June. Only 2 things showed up: a square beginning to form and a U beginning to form. That's it. It tells me that the things that are happening are going to bring you gradually, as we go through the summer, into a place that feels a lot more stable, that feels like you are reaching a place that you can grow from, that you can build from. And this is going to apply to both your emotional and your material world. So kudos on a job well done. You deserve this. Don't forget it. Thanks for sharing your time with me today here at Tea and Smoke. If this wasn't your reading, I always offer personal readings. Just reach out to me at teandsmoke.com. Remember, I will never reach out to offer you a reading on any platform. If you want a personal reading, you have to contact me. If you like this reading, please like, subscribe, or share with a friend. And until we meet again, have a fantastic month of June.